Hi everyone, welcome to the Genius Applic class. So today we're talking about the education quality and inequality in EFA and SDG 4. So let's just take a look at the education for all skill. Here, quality is very important, which means in the next century, UNESCO and all the countries will try to improve the education quality mentioned on their agenda. But actually, many educational factors will influence the quality and the equality. Today, I will specify one influencing factor, that is shared education. Shared education is also known as supplementary tutoring. In the work, Bray and Lincolns adopted the metaphor shadow, not only because it mimics the mainstream curriculum, but also it grows with the expansion of its mainstream counterpart. This year, Bray newly defined shared education as supplementary education, which means education provided outside the mainstream school framework. It is called shadow also because in some countries, this kind of tutoring, this kind of education is immoral or even illegal. Bray conceptualizes shared education in three aspects. One is supplementation, aiming at supplementing students' schoolwork, and the second thing is privateness, it is fee charging. And last one, it is academic subjects oriented, which means the current shared education does not study anything that is related to non-academic subjects. Shared education in China is quite unique because the mainstream school teachers widely and actively participate in shared education. In 2005, Ministry of Education in China prohibited the teachers' participation in shared education. But still, according to the research, some teachers are still actively participating in shared education, earning huge profit. Then, in this way, according to my research, teachers' professional identity will be influenced. As identity is something very complicated, I will not specify here, but you will see there are many aspects of teachers' professional identity. Let me just give you a very simple definition of teachers' professional identity. Teachers' professional identity means teachers think who they are regarding to their profession. According to me, shared education have an influence on 9 aspects of teachers' professional identity. So I would like to give you some specific examples on how shared education will influence teaching quality and teaching equality. The first is that shared education will influence teachers' expertise. Different people think they will have different influence. Teachers like T8 think it will derive teachers from the right track on improving their expertise, while T2 think that if you seriously regard shared education as a teaching practice, you can accumulate your subject knowledge and you can also improve your didactic skills on how to deliver your knowledge to students. So in this way, teachers' expertise can be either positively or negatively influenced by shared education. And second is that shared education will have influence on teachers' motivation. Suppose if you are demotivated in your work and your quality of your work will be influenced, majority of participants think that their motivation are not influenced by shared education because they can switch adeptly from shared education to their school teaching. However, they do mention that some teachers are demotivated in their work by shared education because they can earn as many times as they can from their work. So that's problematic. Tier 3 mentioned the point. Some of his colleagues are focusing more on shared education rather than their schoolwork, so that's problematic. So let me just talk about another issue, equality. And different teachers will also have different thought on this point. For example, Tier 3 think, if you tutor your own students, and you will naturally give preference to them, so inequality is inevitable. I quite agree with Tier 3 because this is human nature, and you tutor your students, you are getting money from your students, and you give more attention. It is a violation of teachers' ethics because generally we think we should give roughly equal attention to students. However, if you are earning money from a small group of students and then you purposively give them more attention and give more resources to those students, and that will cause inequality among the students in the class. However, T5, we viewed the point from a more macro perspective. I think that only a small group of students have ability to enjoy quality education resources because there is a hierarchy in Chinese educational system. At the top of the hierarchy, there are several or small group of elite schools. Because majority of students cannot be educated by those elite teachers, by investing some money in shared education, they can be instructed by those teachers. So in this way, middle class children can remedy the gap between them and those people at a more advantageous position. So in this way, T5 think that by providing supplementary tutoring, they can do something good for the social equality. However, if you perceive the issue from a more macro perspective, you can see that what if there are more kids from lower income families who cannot finance themselves for tutoring? They cannot even enjoy the resources by giving money to those teachers. So in this way, Brain Uni concluded that from a more macro social angle, that shared education is exacerbating the social inequality. I think it's quite true because those elite teachers will charge much more fee than the average teachers. So just a small portion of middle class children can enjoy their educational resources. Actually, besides those specific points, I think there are several points I need to mention. The first is a students' academic performance will be largely influenced because a study shows that shared education has a certain correlation with students' academic performance. If they can perform better in the college entrance examination, they are more potential to be admitted into better universities. So in this way, shared education is causing a divide between those who can invest money in shared education and who cannot. The second is that the emergence of super schools. Actually, there are some super schools in China. Well, shared education will enhance their status because teachers are providing tutoring, students are investing more money, and they can achieve better academic scores, as I mentioned. So in this way, their social reputation will be consolidated. This is a divide. And the third is that education will be more and more commodified. You provide tutoring, I give you the money. So in this way, education is becoming more and more utility-driven in the trend of commodification. The fourth one is that shared education will make teachers more examination-oriented, so that in their teaching practice, in order to improve students' academic scores, their teaching practice will be more educationally utility-driven and examination-oriented. The last one is that because of all the problems mentioned, those people who can invest more in child education will be at the advantageous positions in the society. Their kids, sons and daughters will also enjoy such advantage. It will cause social reproduction. So if we consider all these aspects, you will think that because of education, China will be more and more stratified, and social stratification will inevitably cause social inequality as well. You can also think about other aspects that child education may exercise influence on education quality and education equality. If you are interested in this topic, you can read the following journal articles and books. They're really wonderful. And lastly, I want to say congratulations to be admitted in University of Edinburgh and enjoy your study here. Thank you very much.